Fall has come early this year. Leaves have already fallen. Days are getting darker and more gray. Rains have started to pick up. This town you've been living in, they've recently had a few travelers coming through, and one man has stopped, set up a little shop here. He's trying to teach a new type of medicine, and you and he have become somewhat acquaintances. He is what you've come to know as a chiromancer.
Let's say it's early afternoon. Drake's coming back through. He's in his usual heavy leather overcoat, coming out of the forest a bit, looking muddy and brown as usual. Yeah, he's got a couple wolf pelts over one shoulder, just bringing in stuff to trade to the general store there in the village. Passing by Fang's little tent or whatever you've set up there, kind of giving an acknowledging nod, checking the general business of the town.
Looked like you got you some wolves.
Just the usual. Looks like 2 today. Is the rate any better?
Still about the same. I'll give you 10 silver each.
Puts food on the table, why not? Make a little bit of small talk in the shop, but then kind of palpable unease to his conversational skills in town in general. He kind of makes short work of the conversation there in the shop. Catches your eye again, Feng, as he's on his way out.
Drake, was it? Can I interest you in some chiropractic measures?
I've
Oh, don't be shy. Don't be shy. I'm running a special today. You'll feel much, much better on your way out.
Well, I've listened in a little bits of some of your spiel from time to time. I don't think I've really caught the angle here. It looks like you're just breaking people's limbs.
But that's the magic of it. They feel so much better, even with that.
From what I've heard, when someone breaks a bone, it doesn't feel much better.
If I could give you a little demonstration for free.
Are we talking free, or now I owe you something free?
I wouldn't take a penny from you.
What can you do about this shoulder?
If you would just take a seat here, and I will
get
right
the
to
seat's
work.
Small.
Well, not everybody can be as big as beautiful as you. Now, can they?
So he's loosening your neck up, massaging your shoulders a little bit. First, it's more of a massage, starting out, you're like, oh, this isn't too bad. It's kind of stretching your arm a bit. Then all of a sudden, he just heaves forward, pushing you forward and pulling your arm back. Your shoulder just pops. And it's for that split second, there's just that sheer pain. But then it's like, oh my God, this feels awesome. There's just that relief afterward.
You fucking beautiful bastard.
See, everyone? It works. They all feel better in the end.
Wait, is someone watching?
Who knows? Anybody listening would be.
Is there a crowd?
Help.
Well, you got the general goods guys is let him set up shop in there, just in a little corner. Maybe a couple people in there, and they're just kind of watching. And one lady seems kind of interested when you at first her eyes get big when you yell, but then you seem to relax and feel better. So she's seems kind of interested. The other two just kind of look at you and then go back to their business.
That was unexpected.
Give him a nice big pat on the shoulders and I'll be like, all right, then off you are. And if you spread the good word around town or come back in need of anything, you know where to find me.
He just rotates his shoulder a couple times.
I'm going to continue waving on that lady who was watching. I'm going to wave her over and do a sales pitch on her while he does fucking whatever the fuck he wants.
She comes over, give me another medicine check. It's not too bad. You didn't fail by 5 or anything like that, but it's just she's a little more sore than she was, not in pain, but she's not really sold on this. And she's like, thank you. And she gives you 5 copper and walks off, but kind of rubbing her neck a little bit.
When she walks away displeased, he's gonna rub his chin and be like, He's gonna pull out basically just a book with some Asian symbols on it, but basically translate to chiropractics for dummy.
Oh, beautiful. Drake will have left the general store and just gone across the way, past the little village center to the little local watering hole to just grab a pint, listen in to the buzz of the town without trying to dive into conversation anywhere.
You do hear some conversation about the new person in town, just the oddity because of the more yellowed and brown skin versus everybody, the accent, the strange quote medicine tech he's using.
Unquote.
They're saying some people say that they've done it and they're swearing by it. Others are like, no, that he's a quack. You're going to get hurt doing that. You sit there and have your pint. Thing is, you're getting kind of wrapped up for the day doing your stuff. You've had a couple more people come in, on and off successes. A guy comes in talking to the shopkeep about he's got a load of goods he wants taken to the next town. He's wanting to basically offload this to him for a cheap price, but he has a buyer in the next town. If the shopkeep wants to take the profit on it, he's just wanting to unload because he's got other stuff to do.
He also doesn't want to die, probably. I'm gonna guess.
No, he doesn't. You can't really get what his business is or why he's in a hurry to offload it. There's cooking supplies, there's timber, there's tools, various things. But
So
it's
it's all very normal stuff.
and normal stuff. There's nothing contraband in it. But he's just
Okay.
he says he doesn't have time. He's got other things he's got to do that have come up, and he has to go. But he's wanting to try to make at least some of his money back. So the shopkeep purchases that from him, and he looks around. And he's like, "You want to make some money?"
You know I do.
Well, if you heard him, he's needing this delivered to the next town over a couple days. If you want to deliver this, I'll give you a cut of it.
How far away is the next town exactly? I
It's going
tend
to
to
be
throw
about,
out here.
if you were to be walking, it would be about 2 days.
How much supplies are there?
It's a wagon full. Basically, after you get that offloaded, you would get about 5 gold.
I push back in at that point in the conversation into the store a bit more stumbly, a couple cups in. I forgot. Oh, I need to buy more rope. Something tripped my last trap. You got another 50 feet on you.
Yeah, when we got some. Let me look over here. And he walks off to a back area to look.
I'm just gonna be eyeing Drake as he's against the counter. I assume not standing up straight.
There's a little bit of wobble to him.
I'm not falling over. No, I'm having a better evening than I was before.
I have an interesting for you, Drake.
You said the first one was free.
No. Nothing of that. A man may have just come in here trying to move some supplies. He said there's a buyer in the next town over. Now, I've heard you're quite good with a bow, and I assume we could both use a spot of money.
Could always use more money. Could always
Money's
use some more
good.
drinks.
Yes. I might just ask of your services, perhaps, to move the supplies there. We can split it 50-50 and make our way back.
Wait, the man who just sold it, is that the one that I passed leaving the building, cackling hilariously to himself?
He didn't really look like a guy who cackled. Must have been totally different guy.
Oh shit, I've had too many to drink. Where we go? What town? Where?
The town over one, guy.
So I know
Stay
that
with-
that's about how far in terms of travel time?
You know, it's a couple days away.
Oh, think I have any? No, nothing's left at the house right now. Yeah, I'm in. Why not?
Excellent.
About
Excellent. I can tell this is a beginning of a budding business and friendship.
About this time, he comes back. Okay, I got enough from some rope here. It's usually 50 silver on this, but because of the stuff you've had a hard time lately, I'll give it to you for 10.
Shopkeep, good news! Drake here has offered to help me move some of those supplies.
Oh, that's good if he's going to be helping you. Here, Drake, I'll throw this one in for you. He sets the rope on the counter.
Well, I'm just getting all. Wait, did he say it was free?
Yeah, well, you're going to be helping get this there. It means it gets me our money a little bit easier, so here you go. Plus, you've had it hard lately, so...
Just getting all kinds of free shit today. That's fine. You got a wagon? Did he give you a wagon? I mean,
Yeah, there's a
how much?
wagon
How much are
full
we
of-
carrying?
Yeah, there's a wagon sitting outside full of supplies. It's got a tarp over it, single horse.
I'm gonna go out and just do a once around on the goods and the horse. Just check things out in general. Does the horse look like it's sickly? Do the goods look like they're gonna blow up?
No, everything looks in good order. It looks like an actual what you've seen when people load up supplies to take to other towns. The horse is in. It's not an excellent shaped horse, but there's nothing wrong with it.
Unless you come out, I'm gonna come back in and find you.
I'm going to pack up
thanks.
some very crucial things that I could possibly not live without, like my chiropractic book and scented candles.
Incense.
All your
Yeah,
chiromancy tools.
Yes, things that I would need on the road 100%. I mean, it probably just fits in a box or my bag or what the fuck ever, except for the chair. The chair
In your pocket.
I will bounce out the door to meet my sweet friend.
Cool. So it's getting near evening time on this. So I assume y'all would want to sleep for the night, or are you going to head out in the middle of the night?
That sounds like a bad
Yeah,
idea.
so you can see on the horizon, you see like the,
Coward.
way back, you can see flashes in the clouds. It's far away. It's on the horizon a little ways, but there's a storm somewhere.
Maybe not going out tonight is the best idea.
Cairo man.
Yes.
See you here in the morning.
Exactly.
6:30.
6:30. Jesus, what is this man on about?
Okay, so the rest of the night passes uneventful. You wake up the next morning. I'm assuming you're going to want to leave first light.
I'd be looking to push it like as early as possible, basically.
Did we by chance have any sort of supplies?
I mean, I've got a bedroll. Before we go, have you handled a horse before?
I'm sure I've handled it a time or two.
I'm gonna drive.
I will entertain.
The morning is gray and chilly. Road slightly muddy, but not too bad. Passes uneventful unless there's something you're wanting to stop and do. Come lunchtime, if you want to make a survival check, see if you get any kind of find some good game or anything.
Sure, I'll see if we can find anything. Stay with the horse for a minute. I'm gonna look for some pigs.
I'd say this is mostly picture the dark German forest. These are kind of between villages is typically very thick. You will find glades and some openings here and there. There's several rivers that run through the area, but most of what you're going to be traveling is going to be narrow paths with a lot of thick foliage on each side. You find a few scrawny rabbits, about 2, but that's about it. For some reason, not much game in this area, or not that you could find.
Yeah, I come trudging back fairly quickly with just the 2 kind of hanging out of one of my hands, just nonchalantly.
I'm going to.
Got some fresh lunch.
Give you a nod and a bless you. It's like, oh, thank you very much.
Day goes on, uneventful, just kind of dreary. As you're getting close to nightfall, you catch a big pothole, and the back end of the wagon sags down as you feel the axle break.
Oh shit!
Shite.
There is materials there that you can probably use to try to repair it, but it's going to take you a little bit of time.
Like materials in
Like
addition
you could
to
try
what we're
take,
trying to cart, or
like there's some other wood and stuff where you can find some heavy branches and like the rope you have to try to shore it up just enough to limp it in or something. Just give me an intelligence check. So you're trying to make headway. You kind of got the idea, but it's just not going along well. A couple hours have passed, and then all of a sudden you notice this man come walking out of the one of a thicket. And he's got like a small deer around his neck. Look like y'all having some problems. Need some help?
Thank you so much, Fred.
wait, he just walked out of like
The thicket.
not along the path.
No, he comes like out of the woods, like just a little ways ahead of y'all, like just down the road. But he can clearly see the wagon and that y'all are having problems with it. But he's got like a dead deer. It's a small one, but he's doing a fireman's carry kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And got like a bow strung over his shoulder, a dagger on his hip. Looks like a hunter type person.
I don't recognize him.
No, neither of you do. And he's kind of haggard and scruffy looking, but
Did it look like he was coming straight to us, or like he made it onto the path and then noticed us?
yeah, he come out of there and then turned and like saw y'all and then called out if you needed help or anything.
You don't happen to be a cartwright, do you?
No, but I try to help out. So
Fixing a broken wheel over here.
okay, so he comes over. He lends hand. It's kind of a pain in the ass. You'll have to unload some of the supplies and stuff like that to make the wagon lighter so you can get logs and stuff under it to kind of support it a little bit better. A couple more hours managed to get it done with this guy's help, and it's getting close to evening now. Like, well, we've got a camp up ahead if you'd like to join us. Getting dark.
How many strong are you?
It's me and a couple of my boys, one of the ladies. So y'all can go with him.
Yeah, appreciate just adding extra company. Off the
So
side of
he
the road there.
picks up his deer. And y'all had, you mind if I lay this on the back?
You got it working again. It's the least I can give you.
So he just lays out the deer across the back, and y'all head on. Both y'all give me a perception check. Okay, as y'all sitting there riding along, Fing, you notice like down his calf, his pants are kind of sliced. It looked like a recent wound. It's like a long, just like a straight slice.
Is it like bleeding a lot?
Not a lot, but it's recent and it's kind of bloodied. But it's
just like it's like bloodied because it's fresh.
Right, but it's not like excessive. It's bled decent, but like say it's a very clean cut on the pants, and as moving around, you can see the folds of the pants open up a little bit where you can see the wound, and it's just a clean slice, but it's not like ragged and torn or anything like that.
Dire deer.
Friend, did you perhaps get wounded on your hunt?
Oh, yeah. I was crawling down an embankment, chasing this deer down. Slipped, and it was a rock or something there cut my leg.
I can always take a look at that for you. I'm a medicine man after all. I might be able to assist.
Oh, that'd be much appreciated.
We can do it whenever we get to a more situated place.
Yeah, we'll be there soon. The evening starts getting longer and longer, and the shadows creeping across the path, making it seem almost like a cave tunnel that you're going down with the as the sun falls. Eventually, you start seeing the warm glow of a campfire up ahead, and you all come in. You can kind of hear the woman is like actually bent over that barrel, and the dude behind her is having his way with her. Whoa. She, you can hear almost like she's not bawling, but she seems to be crying and doesn't seem to be having a good time. The dude around the campfire is he's just stoking the fire, getting it built up. Look like you're back, Tom. Got you some food, and who's that with you? This is what was your name again?
Fang. You may call me Fang.
This one's named Thang, and that one over here.
I'm just kind of quietly scanning the camp still.
Yeah, that one's Drake. And he goes ahead and walks on up there, lays the deer down, and he starts dressing it.
And you said we got a sense of her kind of demeanor?
Yeah, she's not appearing to have a good time. You can hear some sobbing. You can't really see her face well because of how far away in the lighting.
I'm going to run up to Tom and be like, would you like me to take a look at that wound, friend?
Oh yeah, sure. He's going up there, or are you hanging back, Drake, or what are you doing?
I'm gonna walk up a little less eagerly to the campfire as well, but I'll just kind of drop the pre-dressed rabbits down, kind of keeping an eye on the action in the distance.
Okay, as y'all walk up there, you can kind of see between their little tents there towards the horses, there's another guy you can barely seen, but he's got his back to you.
May I attempt to guess this man's wound?
So the wound is very clean. It's just a clean slice.
Can I medicine check to see if I can tell what might have made?
Sure, drop it in the tower.
How old does the woman look?
Probably mid-20s, from what you can tell. It looks like some sort of blade did this. Sword, dagger, something with a sharp edge.
I'm going to just put pressure on it, and I'm gonna.
Oh, be careful there.
I'm gonna be like, so you said you got this while chasing that deer, right? You fell off the rock face.
Yeah, slipped down an embankment. Some rock, twig, or something cut me.
Okay. I might have something for this in my bag. Let me go check. And I'm gonna walk off towards that stump next to the tent. And on my way over, I'm gonna wave Drake over, as I have a feeling he's been staring intently at 3 things.
It takes me a second to catch on that you're trying to get my attention, but yeah, sure, I'll follow.
I'll set my bag down to the stump and pretend to go through it, and be like, I don't think he's, being totally honest with us. He did help us with our cart. Now, I can tell the men are, a little bit, medically speaking, bonked on the head. They, clearly dealing with some savages. Now, if we could just wait to start any sort of confrontation, we've walked into their lion's den.
Did he take the deer off the cart?
He's over there dressing it by the fire. Then he stopped for a minute so Fang could check his wound.
Sure, get a meal. I'm gonna shout over if Fang's heading to the fire.
I'm going to grab a thread and a needle, which I don't believe is too unreasonable for me to have.
No, that's fine.
Now, what I'd like to do is attempt to make a good-looking, held together, but not tie it off on either end correctly. I doubt these people would recognize it, but I assumed giving it enough of a jostle would burst it again.
So go ahead and drop me a message check on the tower, and he's like, hang on. He grabbed his, Seth, give me that bottle. Takes a big old swig of some sort of alcohol and then pours some on his leg. He's like, okay, do it. You do an okay job, but it's kind of sloppy, even more than what you were kind of going for. God damn, that hurts. You sure you've done this before?
I'm sorry, sir. I'm very nervous.
You nervous about?
I've had a rough day, and all we could catch were some rabbits and squirrels. I mean, it's very fortunate to have met you, sir. It's this deer. I don't know. I wouldn't just impose that we have any of it, but it's.
No, we all share. We can throw your rabbits and your squirrel on here. We'll all eat together. About that time, Boyd comes over there, and he's just kind of got this satisfied smile on his face. He's tying the rope back around his trousers. The woman just kind of slumps down there beside the barrel, just sobbing.
As he walks over and be like, is there anybody else that might have an injury? I am a medicine man.
John comes over there to get by the fire, warming his hands up. Something that big takes a while to drain, doesn't it? Another guy just laughed. One of them's like, "Oh, you wish." They're haggard and rough-looking men, but none of the others seem injured. Boyd, the guy that just walked up, he does have leather armor on, dagger at his side. And John there, when he walks up, you see he's not wearing any kind of armor, but he's got a short sword on his hip. Of course, Tom had a dagger and a short bow. No armor. So where are you boys heading to?
Oh, the town not too far away. We were on our way there, and your friend Tom saw it. The cart just broke. We were very fortunate enough to have found him.
Yeah, Tom's a good one. What all you carrying in that wagon there? And he's talking to there. John gets him. He's just starting to go over there to go look in the wagon.
Keep to your own.
I'm just looking. You said it was broke. I'll fix a wagon or two in my day. He's like pulling the tarp back, looking inside. He's not looking underneath. He's looking in the tarp.
Like at our supplies.
Yeah. Like, so you all a bunch of merchants?
We might be. I believe I am a medicine man first and foremost. This day and age, there's always good reason to make a penny here or there.
Yeah, this looks like this will bring a pretty good bit. They got good stuff in here, Boyd. Just kind of smiles and nods his head, like, okay. John comes back around, joins the fire. It's kind of an uncomfortable quiet for a little bit. Not a prolonged, but a couple minutes there, and they just you see them kind of looking at each other and just smiling and grinning, and then Tom starts putting some of the meat on spits and stuff like that across the fire, and they just make small talk, how crappy the weather is, where'd y'all come from.
I'd like to, before all this boring small talk shit, I'm going to, check on the sobbing woman as a medicine man.
Okay.
That's what I have to do.
Oh, you can go have you some too. They all laugh. Don't mind my sloppy seconds. And they all laugh.
Oi, Tom. Turnaround's fair play, right? Mind if I check what you guys be carrying?
We're carrying just some regular gear, just moving on. We got some cooking stuff. Ain't no need for you to go dragging around in there.
I will attempt to, talk to this woman.
Okay, she looks, as you walk up there and she's hearing y'all talk, she looks pretty scared. As you get closer to her, you notice like sticking out from under the trees, an arm laying there like just out from the bushes just a little bit. Looks like a body.
I'll walk, more over here, out of sight, and I'll give her the shh.
Please don't hurt me, please.
I'll be like, what the fuck is going on here?
Just don't hurt me. Just do whatever. Take our stuff. It's fine. Just no more harm. Then she kind of glances over at the body and just starts crying even more.
I'm going to
get on with it. You must not be good. We don't hear nothing from that one.
He has interesting ways.
I like to take my time with this sort of practice, and then I'm going to inspect the dead man's body, like get how long he's been dead sort of thing, see what he has. He's probably got nothing, because if he had anything, these dudes would have taken it from him.
Just clothing. The blood's pretty tacky and sticky, so it's hours old.
Long.
I'm trying to keep an eye on Fang, but I'll start eating.
Yeah, they're all eating. Boyd keeps kind of glancing back there. He's not hearing anything. You can tell he's very interested in what Fang's doing back there.
I'm going to get close. I'm going to look the woman over, other than what I assume, to be rape trauma.
She's been, beaten up. And
I'm going to grab her arm and kind of pull her close. And I'm going to be like,
please don't.
How long ago did they get here?
I don't know. The sun was still up. It was well after lunch. I don't know.
Is there anybody other than you two?
No, we had started to set up camp here, and they just came upon us. So
Okay.
That brigands and raiders and stuff like that along these roads and stuff is not an uncommon thing.
I'll be like, okay. Would you help me sorting these men out?
She looks at you like, what do you mean? She's got a confused look on her face.
Is this your cart?
She just nods and sobbing.
And what did you have in here?
Just our family goods. We're moving to another town.
No, nothing fun. No explosive anything. No, just goods.
No, it's just our household items.
I'll ask her if she can just pretend to make noise for about 5 minutes.
She just looks aghast and what? And she's continued to just cry. Hey, what are you doing over there? I thought you were gonna have some fun. Don't hear no fun going on. And he's getting up and kind of start walking over there.
Stand up and make it look like she's giving me straight head.
He continues walking on over. He's like, what do? You don't even know how to use that thing? She's turned around looking at him, terrified.
Like I said, Boyd, I I would like to take my time with it.
Yeah, I think something's funny going on here. And he kind of glances down and he sees the arm like clearly out of the bushes, like shit, we didn't put that in there far enough. And he kind of glances down and looks up at you and just like staring you right, like eyes locked on.
How much of this have I been able to track from where I've been sitting?
Well, you can hear, conversation. They're only about like 30, 35 foot away, so you can clearly hear them. They're not like whispering. About the edge of where the cart is getting into very dim lighting, though.
So can I get any read on Feng's, like, demeanor?
I'll be like, I've never really done this before. I wasn't sure how to start this whole thing.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and get back over here? You can learn on someone else.
I'm gonna, scurry like I'm afraid of him, back over to my seat.
You see him like lean down and like grab her by the collar, and you can tell he's saying something, but you can't hear anything. And you hear her like more sobbing, and you see her like shaking her head, emphatically, like no, like back and forth, like in a no.
Is there any food?
Yeah, there's food becoming ready.
I mean, so
Drake's starting to eat on like one of the rabbits or squirrels, something, one of the smaller pieces.
All right, I'll enjoy some food as well, and I'll look over at Drake and I'll be like,
Seth's like, you got a problem over there, Boyd? Like, I don't know. There's something not right about these two, I think. At least that one right there with the funny looking skin and the funny talk.
Sir, please, I'm from a strange land.
Yeah, well, we don't like strangers here, some. Taking too long, supposed to be having a good time with that woman and you're not. You see anything else while you're over here look funny or suspicious?
Is there something I should have seen?
No, not supposed to see nothing. But did you?
I've been looking forward to this meal all day. I haven't seen a thing other than some fine gentleman and a fine young lady.
He's like,
So which one of you is basically trying to ask, like, which one of you is she the girlfriend of?
Whichever one of us wants her to be our girlfriend.
Do you even know her name?
Is that important?
I don't know. She's been traveling with you, hasn't she?
We just recently met. Don't really care to get to know her that much. Another guy's kind of chuckle. I've known her all I want to know. A couple times.
Cool. I'm gonna draw my dagger and stab the guy to my left.
Can I just roll something to see if, like, put my hand in Tom's wound? If I don't back up my friend here, he's definitely dead. I wouldn't want to go back to town and tell them how I fucking made friends with a bunch of rapists and let my old friend die.
You got a free action, whatever you want to do. Go ahead and do it.
I mean, I was gonna just like rip the fucking dressing off Tom's wound or like shove my hand into it.
Just make an unarmed attack.
Is this pre-initiative?
Yeah, this is pre-initiative because you're just taking an immediate action.
Like 2 bites of rabbit and then shank.
I guess dinner ended faster than I thought.
Are you stabbing him with your dagger or using like the spit that you had in your hand with the rabbit?
No, my dagger.
Okay.
I'm thinking like pull it out of the little boot sheath and just go.
Problem. So yeah, you hit. So roll your damage.
Here's some damage. Oh yay! 1.
1d4
plus 3.
Plus.
You like blade hand like right into the wound and like grab his calf muscle and just rip it open, and just the shock of what you just did and the pain shearing through his body, he just collapsed.
Excellent.
So what are your actions this turn? What do you want to do this round?
So I'm gonna follow the attack I just made on John. I'm gonna kind of leave my dagger in him and try and draw a quick shot at Seth across the fire.
You're gonna shoot him. Now you are in melee range with John, so you're gonna be at disadvantage.
Okay, so I guess
that's fine. It's just it's not gonna be easy because you're in melee combat.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just trying to just shock and awe, kind of, nod, kill people.
So you're gonna shoot at him.
Jump over this fire and attempt to kick Boyd in the face.
Okay, now they're all right up on the edge of the fire, so you screw up that jump.
I've got some acrobatics. Give me some credit.
I'm just saying.
Wait, am I going to shoot him as he's jumping across the fire?
We don't know. We'll see how it plays out. Okay, that's what everybody's doing. So Seth's picking up his. Seth goes first. He's picking up his shield and is pulling out his dagger, and he's gonna run over here and take a swing at you.
You better not. Yeah, you bitch.
Next up is Boyd. Boyd's just running over here because he just saw you stab his buddy, and he pulls his dagger, and he will hit for 3 points of damage. So who were you targeting, Drake?
Seth.
Okay, so roll with disadvantage, and you pull it real quick. This dude comes slashing at you with his dagger, cut your arm. You kind of like flinch, and arrow flies wide. At that point, John is like, "Oh, you son of a bitch!" And he like pulls your dagger out of him and tries to stab you with it.
Nice.
And he misses. At this point, Fang, you leap across, and now that there's, at least it's clear you don't need to make a check, you completely lined up with, a punch or a kick. As he's running, you're like, fuck. So top of the order, what do y'all want to do?
I'm going to punch this man square in the back of the head.
John?
I'm going to reach for my quarterstaff that would have been sitting nearby and swing at Boyd.
Top of the order is Drake. Go ahead.
Yeah. Crack some teeth out.
Oh, fucking knocked his ass clean over.
You crack him right in the jaw, and you see it kind of like dislocate as his head spins, and he kind of just spins completely around and then slides down the edge of that tent. Seth is now
confused as to why am I on the other side of the fight?
Yeah, because you just jumped. He would have been swinging. Well, this is top order, so he would be swinging at you, but he's gonna redirect. He's just gonna move over there. He can't attack this round.
Fuck you, Seth, idiot.
John's pulling his short sword and swinging at you, Drake.
Fucking dare kill my friend.
That's a hit.
God,
no.
It's like we're right next to each other.
For 3 damage. Okay, top of the order. What are y'all doing?
I'm punching. Same dude.
Same dude?
Well, actually, no, I'm gonna try and punch the same dude.
I'm swinging my staff again right at John here.
Okay, Fang, you're up first. For me, John is attacking Drake, and Seth is attacking Fang.
Cool, I get an automatic hit.
So you swing, and you crack him as he's falling already, because it's your turn.
Yep.
And then Seth's going to attack Fang.
You better not.
That's a hit.
Oh no, sick fuck.
Top of the order, what are you doing, Drake?
Now I'm shooting across the fire at this fucker again.
Can I attempt to knock the knife out of his hand?
Be at disadvantage.
A disadvantage, just like a disadvantaged attack against him?
Yeah, because it's basically kind of like a cold shot, which they don't have anymore, but yeah.
God damn it. The other one was like
17. Yeah. So yeah.
Tragic.
Yeah, that's what you will do on your turn. Actually, top of the order is Drake.
Oh, right.
I
Let's
did
try
the thing
doing
where I
this
clicked
again.
for the disadvantage, though. Give me props.
It's okay, I got him in the face. There's a lot of dice going on.
Yeah, so you hit him like right in the ribs, and it's not enough to kill him, but the shock of where it hit, he just, you see him kind of seize up and then fall over. So he missed his system shock roll because you did more than half his hit points. So he falls to the ground prone, which is why you miss disarming him, because as your target, you see where he's going to stab at you. You've predicted it in your mind, and you go to pop his wrist to knock his deal out, but he just falls over instead. That's why you missed your disarm.
I popped when I should have locked. I get it.
Yep, exactly. So it's, y'all get to he's prone and unconscious. Or, I'm sorry, he's stunned.
Do you want to keep this man alive, Drake? I mean, obviously you don't, but could we gain something from it?
Well, we only get 6 seconds worth of conversation time here, so I would say that after that just went down.
Feel free to say no. I mean, I don't even know what the fuck I would do with this man.
Hey, what are you doing?
No, so I'm just at the start of this turn, I would just start saying break his head and actually just start walking towards the girl. He's already down on the ground and you're right next to him, so I'm not even like.
Okay, so you're telling him to finish him and you're going to the girl.
I'll give him a sweet heel kick to the temple. Do I have to roll for the attack?
Yeah, go ahead and roll. It's already done in, just in case. I mean,
should I just do the damage, or do you want me to
roll? Well, it could be a critical hit, so yeah, it's a hit.
Thank God, I dropped a 1.
Yeah, so roll your damage. You take your palm, like right into the bridge of his nose, and drive the fragments of his broke nose into his brain.
Well, that was disgusting.
Fang will brush off of his clothes and sort of like pat his wound and be like, I haven't done that in a while. Okay. I am a medicine man, of course. I have bandages in my bag, I believe. As after I kill this guy, I'm also going to tell Drake, I'll be like, look out for the dead guy in the bushes.
What's he gonna do?
Well, I'm pretty sure it's her husband, boyfriend. I didn't get that far.
Well, shit. Miss, are you bleeding? Dying?
It's my husband. And she just is mumbling, and you catch husband and just tears and sobbing. And she looks frightful at you. She doesn't know what the hell y'all are going to do.
I'm going to look through, pockets and tent niceties, and I'm going to be like, just like shouting while I'm doing this, be like, make sure you catch where she's from. We might be able to send her home.
You managed to get out that they were heading to where you're heading, the next town over. They were moving from someplace, and that was where they were going to be staying with family. If you could just please help me get to my family there. Just don't hurt me. You can have whatever.
I'm not looking for anything. We've got our own, but you're welcome to come along. Oh, God. Hey, Fang, you carrying any kind of shovel?
Shovel? Let's see what they have. There.
No, not here. Not where this horrible thing happened. Just I want to take my husband to the town so my family can help bury him.
Oof. All right. Hey, hold on. I'm gonna go break down one of their tents and use the canvas to just kind of wrap him. I just don't want to attract any additional attention from the rest of the forest. What's your name?
Meredith.
I'm Drake. I'm sorry.
Thank you. And she's still fearful, but there's that touch and tone of appreciation at your words, even though it's a horrible situation.
When I'm just gonna finish like wrapping him where he is, and then just kind of head back to the fire and sit back down, wince a little bit.
Going to be is that shoulder bothering you again, Drake?
No, it's the 2 blade wounds on my chest.
That'd do it. I have a small idea that we don't leave behind their defeat. Perhaps we should offer up a little cremation for the dumb lads.
They have anything good on them?
Do they?
There is a set of leather armor, a short sword, a wooden shield, a short bow, and they all have daggers, so 4 daggers.
They have those exact supplies, at least on their persons. I have yet to check the tents, I assume.
Tents are empty. They were just basically little pup tents to sleep in.
Okay, fair enough.
Hold on. Did we get the sense that this was her camp or their camp?
Yes.
Oh, I'm going to be like, this is totally her camp because...
Well, it's a little bit of both. They were starting to sit up here as just the
there.
husband-wife, but they're basically road bandits, and they had their own stuff, too.
So that thing that happened to Tom was not malpractice. You cannot tell anybody about that.
I don't think anybody's going to be telling.
I'm not sure if you know what malpractice is, but you can't tell anybody about that.
Is malpractice what you did to the rest of them?
After a little bit of
They'll
time...
take my license.
As y'all are over there, and after a little bit of time, she's been back there basically just laying across that tarp and just sobbing, the loss of her husband. She eventually comes over here, stays the opposite side from y'all, but she comes over and tries to eat a little bit, but doesn't seem to really take but a few bites. Very quiet, meek, and kind of withdrawn into herself. Head down, but the eyes kind of come up and look at y'all and look, thank you again.
Fang will just do the bless you. That's I believe we're helpful folk, right, Drake?
I didn't like him.
Oh, didn't you like him? Good thing we got that meal in first, though, right?
Hey, you got plenty of meat now.
Yeah, we don't have to share that deer with those assholes anymore.
Some of the edges of the deer are now starting to blackened pretty well. Some of it got knocked into the fire as y'all were doing it, but there's still some salvageable meat from that.
Whoops.
As you leapt over, you kicked part of the spit loose.
It's a little toasty, but it works great. I'm not sure if I can cauterize our wounds or if they're even that bad.
If you want a good scar, you can do that.
Absolutely. I don't want to die. I guess I'm not bleeding. I just
no. You can staunch the wounds and you standard meta stuff. You're not getting any hit points or anything back, but you bandage y'all's wounds.
I wanted to stop being a bleeding fucking man with my fox mask.
Unless there's something else specific y'all want to try to do, the rest of the night will pass uneventful. There's the standard wood sounds. You hear wolves in the distance. They draw closer, but nothing ever too close to make you uncomfortable, Drake.
Okay.
And then it's morning, and don't know where y'all slept. The woman, you don't see her, but if you look around, she's basically curled up next to that tarp.
I thought that might be where she stays.
Yeah, I would have just tried to give her some space.
I can ride the other cart behind ours. I assume since it's only another day's worth of travel, we wouldn't need to worry about keeping them fed or any of that good stuff.
You would have had grain and stuff for the the amount of time you're going, and they do for hers. Y'all help her get their horses hitched up, their stuff put back inside. And
I'll ask Drake if he would which cart he would rather drive.
Ours.
Your loss, friend. Yeah.
I'll just nod and salute to him. Hey, did they have any arrows left over in their gear?
Roll me a d10. Okay. So you get 7 out of his quiver, and you shot 2. Give me percentile dice on both 1 to 50. They're salvageable. Otherwise, they're broke or lost. Yeah, so you recover 1. The other's either lost or broken. You all ready to head out?
Absolutely.
Okay. The rest of the trip passes uneventful. You spend the next night, camp down. You find some some game and stuff like that. She's a bit more talkative, telling you about her family, that her uncle actually runs the general store there. They've been there for a long time. The village they'd come from, the crops had started dying, and just they thought they'd move for something better and to try to help out with the family business. That day passes uneventful. You come into the next town.
Do we get a light map for that?
No.
Okay.
Look, we didn't die.
You didn't almost. She also
honest,
thank you so much. And she goes to the same store you're going to, because you're going to trade these goods.
Yeah, after she scurries off the cart, I'll just follow her up to the fucking store.
Yeah, and she introduces you to her uncle, Uncle Jeb, and
Jeb.
She relays the story and everything, and he is more than appreciative and thankful. He calls some people over to go unload the body, and you see them take it off to another house. And while your cut was supposed to be 5 gold for this, since you helped them out, he'll give y'all 10, as well as offer to put y'all up. He doesn't have anything fancy, but he has a clean barn with a lot of hay, so you can stay in the loft. Yeah, his wife's a good cook. They'll feed you.
Oh, now that's the best thing you've said so far.
There we go.
Next to paying me 5 extra gold. I mean, I've got nothing to do and plenty of time. So if we want to keep going,
Up to y'all. Do y'all want to try to immediately, or you gonna do the thing hang out here for a week? Heal up.
I mean, he definitely needs to hang out here for a week.
I was going to use my hit die overnight.
Well, don't you want to rest here a week to get it back at least? I mean, I don't want to overstay our welcome. Obviously, I'm a medicine course.
No, say this is it's not an issue to stay for a week. I mean, you've got free room and board. You've got food that'll be available to you. So basically, you can stay here for free.
I will.
No one's waiting for me back at home.
I'll just miss a couple of appointments. It's no big deal. I'll set up some appointments here. I'm sure everybody would love to know about my chiropractic practices, except for maybe that woman in the woods.
Careful how you sell them.
Yeah, except for maybe that woman in the woods who saw me maybe practice it really hard.
Okay, so the week passes uneventful. You've gotten to know several of the local people. The family has become actually pretty good friends with you, especially how well you help them out. The woman is definitely come out of her shell more. She's still in mourning and withdrawn a bit, but being near family and people that helped her, you've gotten a little bit closer with her. During the course of your stay here too, the local carpenter, you hear about his wife had just committed suicide. But she was just too withdrawn because a week or so previous to y'all getting here, she was churning butter and had their newborn in a small crib, a little rocker out back near her, and just out of the woods from a rat. She's saying a rat the size of a dog. That there were 2 of them that they ran in and grabbed, that basically took the baby and fled into the woods.
Okay.
They've also been seeing a lot more rats. They have the carpenter has basically would be a grain silo, but much smaller. And it started within the last week or so to become infested with rats. That's the only thing that kind of stands out as odd or terrible. Otherwise, it's standard day-to-day operations. People, tending crops and animals, tanners doing their things, carpenters doing their things, etc.
Does that sound right?
What?
The weird abundance of rats all of a sudden, is that something that would strike me as out of the ordinary?
Yeah, it's been most of the talk, other than the giant rat. No one has seen anything. She said, it was 2 rats the size of dogs. The rats that have been seen in the infestation are standard size rats, to a few of them being large but not abnormally so, but very much larger specimens.
But the infestation itself, that just happens here and there, right? That's not
it can, but this something seems odd about this.
How long into our week were we getting this information?
And find out the particulars of the suicide and the baby and just how bad the infestation was until near the end of the week. As time has gone on, you've gotten to know people a little bit better, so knowledge is a little bit more forthcoming about their personal matters of the town. Because considering y'all were still strangers when you first arrived.
I assume I garner a reputation around town for being a foreigner and practicing strange medicines on people.
Yeah, you're an oddity and a peculiarity, but Yeah, give me a persuasion roll. This is you're not persuading, but I just want to see how well they
Perform? Oh, persuasion. Here we are. You want me to drop it in the tower?
Yes, please.
How much of the town have you seduced?
Everybody is taking just a shine to you. They just kind of enamored with you, and you just because of they've never encountered anybody with your accent or you're just your look, and you've been actually the people you've given out examples of your chiromancy have been very successful, and a lot of them are just wanting to they're coming to you like, hey, that my hip's been hurting, so. You've already started to kind of make a name for yourself in just a short time you've been here. You made about 18 silver while you're here.
Oh yeah, did we each have 5 gold from the job, right?
Yes. Well, unless Fang's not going to pay you the whole thing, because it was technically he was hired to do it.
I said we'd split it 50-50, but at the time that was back when it was 5 gold.
Okay, so what are y'all doing?
Drake, what are you doing? DC last time.
Oh my God, he did it again. Every time I ask what you're going to do, Drake decides he's going to disconnect.
I guess while he's gone, I'll pseudo investigate. Can we do general things? Can I say like when I'm not treating people, I might check out the edge of town, like the woods.
The rat infestation there, you notice that a lot of them, while it's not like an ant trail, you start noticing over the week that there's basically a line of rats coming to and from this silo.
Okay. Where's it? What's the general direction of it so far?
It's heading kind of a northeast out of town, because you've got the town clearing, but then again it's that thick, dark Germanic type forest where it encroaches in right on the edge of the village, other than what they've cleared out.
I guess I'll ask around, starting with the shopkeep, if they know of any places out in that direction.
Nothing that they know of that's some sort of odd thing. Say there's you can find caves here or there. You're near mountain ranges, so that's not unheard of.
No, nothing stands out to anybody. Everybody,
no, other than this,
that just sounds like woods to me.
Yeah, there's nothing that's like, oh my God, there's the old evil ruins that are just northeast of town. Nothing like that.
Brandon's saying he's calling it.
Okay. Well, it looks like we're going to call it tonight. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out and checking out my first attempt at this homebrew.